Alright, we'll start with the identification tag on the side. Here you'll find the manufacturer, your VIN number, date it was manufactured, tire sizes and pressures, some gross weights. Below in the yellow is your cargo weight, also your VIN number on there. Up front is your battery. These aren't maintenance-free batteries. You may have to add water to them at some point. If you're not going to be using your unit for a while, I would disconnect it, and there is a disconnect on this unit. And I'll show that to you when we get there. And for winter storage, I would put it somewhere warm. You have your breakaway here. One thing to note with these, if your battery's hooked up, if this key gets pulled out, it does activate your brakes. And if it's left like that for an extended period of time, it will wear down your battery and it can do damage to your brakes. So try to kind of keep an eye, make sure that stays in there. You don't want to have fried brakes and a dead battery. Truck wiring plug in there, little cargo light there. The two little light switches here. Bottom cap lights is that one, and that one is the top cap lights. You have two 30-pound propane tanks on this. The selector is on this side. Whichever way the arrow is pointing will be the tank that'll be supplying, so it's positioned for this tank here right now. On this door there's a bit of a instructions for your level, your jacks. It is all automated, so here it's in this door. Just open this. So to get the power on, it's got a green on light on right now, so there is power, but after I don't know, 5 minutes it's going to go off. Just hit the top and bottom button at the same time. That'll activate your power. That'll come on green like that, and then you can press up, brings the front up, back down. Auto level, if you hit that, it's going to start the process of all your jacks will be starting to come down, and it'll level itself out. If this goes red on you, it's faulted. And so when that happens, usually what's happened is one jack has overextended itself, and then it sends a fault, and then you can't move anything anymore. If that happens, you have to go inside to the touch screen inside, which I'll show it to you when we get in there. Go into your leveling system, and you'll have to, it says on here, you have to press retract all button to get the fault off. So that's what you'll have to do. If you ever get locked out of here, it'll go red, and like I said, it'll be from one of the jacks overextended. So. And then hitch height, it's going to remember where you unhooked, and it'll put you back to hitch height. In your compartment here, there is your disconnect for your battery. And you have your water system here, and this can get confusing with some people, so I'll just kind of show you as we go here. So basically you look at your everything here. So dry camp is going to a campsite and you're hauling the water. So dry camp is you don't have any water where you're going. That's all. You have the tank on board and it's full. So that's the valves are set like that right now. So that's dry camp. Power fill tank, so you want to fill your tank up because you're gonna go dry camping. So you're gonna put your valves in that there, and one and green to the side. So that's how your valves are gonna be for filling your tank. And you're gonna put your hose on here, your garden hose, onto the city water connection. Once you get your valves on in this order, you turn on the tap and it'll fill your tank up. City water, if you're going to a campsite and you got water provided to you, you put your valves in that order. So blue down, and both of them are up. Again, you put your garden hose onto your city water connect, turn your faucet on or your valve on, and you're good to go. As long as you have the valves in the right order, you'll be fine. Just turn on your water and you're good. Winterize. So winterize is you're going to put your valves in that order, down, red sideways, and you're going to hook up your garden hose again to your city water connection. Turn on your pump and it'll suck antifreeze. So you're gonna use an open-ended hose, and there's probably one provided here, and I'll show it to you when I come across it. But it's just a open-ended hose. It'd be the same as a cut-off garden hose. Screw that in there. Put your hose in the antifreeze jug, turn on your pump, and it'll suck antifreeze through. And then you have your sanitize. So that's just if you want to pump bleach or whatever you want to pump into your tank to sanitize your tank. That's the valves positioning you would want, and it would be the same thing. Hook it up right into here. You have a pump button. There's one also inside, so you can turn your pump on out here or inside. If you turn it on inside, this will go red, so you'll know that pump's turned on. You have an outside shower, hot and cold, that's got a quick connect. There's a little blue hose, and I'll show that to you when we get to it. This is for a solar panel. If you ever want to put a solar panel on here, this is where you plug it into. This is your tank, black tank flush. If you're going to be flushing your tank, make sure that you have your black tank valve open, or else it'll just fill it up and it'll make a big mess on you. So I'm going to put your valves back. We'll put it back to power fill, just in case if you're going to go fill your tank up right away. And then you can adjust it from there. And then you have your gray valve handles there. Hot water heater. All the controls are on the inside. The only thing you really need to know is your plug goes into your drain here, and that's very important for your winterization. You don't want to have water left in that for winter. It'll be wrecked. Intake and exhaust for your furnace. Don't store anything in front of there. This is the plug-in for your short cord. It's a 50 amp. This plugs into there. Your sewer dump right there. Underneath your slide. Just kind of keep an eye on underneath your slide, make sure everything stays clean. This is the vents for your fridge. You'll see that there's a little hole sticking out here. You got to make sure that stays out. That's for condensation, and you don't want that leaking inside. There's a vent for your range above your stove. There's your radio antenna. It says low point drain here, and if you look underneath, that's your drain for your freshwater tank right there. And the big hose coming down right beside it, that's the overflow. So once your tank is full, it just comes out that overflow there. And your bumpers, your sewer hose. You have a ladder at the back. I do recommend going and inspecting your roof once in a while, especially after storms. You never know if you have a cracked vent or something up there. This is out. You have a backup camera at the back here. The monitor is inside. I'll show that to you when we get to that. You have a receiver on this one. Propane quick connect at the back here. There's a valve and then a quick connect. spare tire crank there, and there's your spare tire underneath. And then again, underneath your slide, just kind of make sure that stays clean. Awning on the slide. Outside speakers. On your wheels, the center cap does pull off. Right here, this pops off. There is grease nipples in behind. It's not a bad idea to grease your wheel bearings once in a while. You don't have to go real crazy, but I know if you give it like 5-6 pumps once in a while, it'd be all right. And if you are putting a lot of miles on, I would get them repacked every year. And behind the door here, a spray port. So it's the same quick coupler as your hot and cold on at the water, all the water stuff. So, and this one's just a cold one, and there is no valve. It's just when you put your, this is the blue hose I was telling you about with the Quick Connect. It's got a garden hose spray nozzle, so you can just plug it into there, and it's just good for cold water on that one. A light for underneath your step. Over there. Low point drain, which is going to be way. Let's see if I can kind of get right there, the blue and red hose. You don't have to do much with that. You have to take this little plate off. That's where the 2 valves are. After you winterize, you can pop that plate off. There's two T handles. Just pull them up. It'll just drain the last little bit of water, and some antifreeze will come out. That's all you have to do with that. Here, if you wanted to hook up a TV out here, this is where you'd hook it up. This is an output, and then you got a 110 outlet next to it. If you want to ever hook a TV up outside. Your short cord, 50 amp, and you have a 50 amp to a 30 amp here. And inside there is also a 30 amp to a household 110. This crank here is for your spare tire. And then inside, another 20-pound propane tank. Power outlet in the front. And another electric on here. So that is it for outside. We'll head in.